let's get some touch-ups done on this Miranda Hornet here. Looks like my paint kind of separated a little bit. It's been sitting around for a while. It's been sitting on the shelf. Let me just grab just grab one of these toe skewers here. And just give it a stir with one of these toe pokers. Mix it back in. There we go, that's better. Now you gotta be careful with these things right here. They could be dangerous if you leave them lying around. So I'm gonna make sure that I put it to the side here. Because yeah, you don't want to get one of those stuck in your toe. So I just got a little bit of touch-ups to do. So I got my sort of greenish gray. I got my grayish blue. And I got my blackish green. So we'll roll that beautiful starship footage. And then let's get to work on this Miranda Hornet refit project. How's it going, shipheads? Welcome back to Track Mods. I'm Jody LaForgery, your cheap engineer. And this is the Miranda Hornet refit project. Part whatever it says on the screen. I'll have to check out my video list to see which part I'm on. It's been a couple weeks. So, I got some touch-ups. So I need to repaint the nacelles here a little bit. Both of them. I need to do a little bit more sanding and seam work down here. And repaint this and the deflector dish housing. And just a little bit around here where this joins in. A little bit of touch-ups required there. And then I'm going to try to do something about my chiller grills. I didn't have the long lights and I didn't feel like waiting, so I just put in the short ones anyways. They only go from here to here. You can really see that square shape inside. So I'm going to see what I can do about maybe blocking off the front and rear ends of them. And just maybe closing that in a little bit with something, I don't know, some blue paint or maybe a paint marker or something. We'll just kind of fade the ends out into a darker color, and maybe we'll try to diffuse that hard line a little bit. See what I can do anyways. I gotta refill some of my windows here with the white stuff. And I peeled my masking tape off the bottom and some other parts. And I just got a little bit of paint here. I guess it kind of bled in underneath. I'm just going to use my moose antler scraper. Just scrape that out before I start repainting everything. Well, not repainting, but the finishing touches. Let's see if I can get that out of there and make it nice and smooth. I might have to get the X-Acto blade out. Let's see, I'll try this one. Alright, so we've got a couple places I still need to get a little bit of putty in, like right here at this lip. Got to get a bit more along this bottom seam right here, and I got to do something about the back part of my shuttle bay. So I got to close in that top part there around the door. So let me do that next. Okay, so I have this spot here at the back now because I extended this back piece out. I was left with a gap here. So I had mostly filled it in with putty, and now I just topped off the top surface of it with some super glue and baking soda. I've got a nice solid, fairly smooth surface right there. So I just got to give that a little bit of a sanding, and then I can paint it and I'll be good to go. Just get to that. I'll try not to I don't need to sand it that much. It's already fairly smooth. I don't want to damage the paint. I've got this colored part clear coated, so I should be safe there. I can sand the clear coat a little bit without going through. Alright, shiphead, so one more problem that I've encountered here is because I made this entire side piece here with all the windows, I had a hard time lining it up. Right, so I got it in place. I got this end here lined up pretty good, but we got a bit of a gap and a bit of a step here. It's not nice and even, so I've gone ahead and I've separated this side just up to here, and I've cleaned up the edge. So I'm just going to reapply the glue, and I'm going to see if I can get this on a little better of a position. So I'll probably have some glue cleanup to do, and I'll probably have to reestablish my RCS thruster area there. But until then, okay, so I can get rid of some of the excess. It's a little bit tough to get this to stay where I want it. So when I put pressure on one side, the other side wants to come up or come out. Oh, yeah. I might have to just live with trying to smooth out the seam. Don't think I can get it up under there like I wanted it. No, that's not gonna happen. I think because when I glued the back part of it down first, I think it kind of pushed this a little bit forward. So if I try to get this to go under all the way around, kind of doesn't want to. Anytime I press down here, it pops this part out, and if I press here, then it pops the other part out. So yeah, I'll have to just live with trying to smooth it out. I still want it to be closed though, so I'm going to try to close this gap. I should be able to hold this long enough for it to at least stay there enough. Alright, so what I'm going to have to do is file this edge and sort of bevel it a little bit to get it to stay where I want, or be the shape I would like. This side popped out. So there, I've got that nice and sort of rounded off and beveled. Maybe a little bit more on this edge. So I guess I wasn't as ready to paint this as I thought I was. But we're almost there. Alright, one more thing before I can start painting. Is my back shuttle bay area here. So what I want to do is make a plate that covers this. Fill this in. Not quite sure yet how I'm going to do that. Start by trying a piece of tape. Make a tape template. See if that's going to work first. Sharp one here. Okay, so I kind of have what I want there. Okay, so I'll use that, and then I will refine the shape once I have a shape that I can hold up to there. Do I have a big enough? Yeah, there we go. Got a bit there, that should be big enough. Okay, let's get our ship in here. So this has got a curve. I should be able to just bend it by hand by just sort of flexing it back and forth. Okay, so this glues right here and right here, so I need hopefully I can get that to kind of fit in there. Alright, so I gotta get rid of this come into here a little bit. I was hoping I could get that in there like that. But not cut that too short. I'll have to make that piece again. There we go. Perfect, that's exactly what I want. Just right there. Alright, so I'm gonna do this edge first. Alright, give this a little time to dry. Get a couple dots of glue across here while I'm at it. Alright, that's kind of what I was looking for. So I just got to get that trimmed up. Alright, just get rid of the excess there. And that should look not too bad. Let's see if I can do it with this. Just go a little bit at a time here. That's all right. Just gotta clean up the edge there. Kind of awkward position here to try to file this. There we go, getting a little bite this time. Alright, so check it out. I added this little detail on the bottom here. I was trying to deal with that seam, and I thought, you know what? Why don't I just cover it? And I thought about those little extra details you sometimes see on the bottom of the hull, like that beam, like a keel, sort of going across. It reinforces everything. So there, I did that. The only problem is I didn't record it. So you know what? Just be a nice guy because it was interesting. I'm not going to show you all the painting and filing and boring stuff, but I'll make another one of these just to show you what I did. Just get the cutter mat here. Alright, so I got a thin piece of styrene here. Some card. Alright, so I'm just cutting this piece away. And I'll just straighten the end out. Okay, so I want one end thicker. So the first time I tried doing this, I tried to take tried taking little chunks of plastic and carving a little wedge. I had some of this here. I was trying to make a little wedge and it just wasn't happening for me. So I found it much easier if I just did it this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece here, and I want my wedge to be at this end. Alright, so now I'm just going to Put some glue on here. Spread that around. And I'm just going to stick this right down. Right into there. Like that. Just get the excess. Okay, so now I cut this off. Alright, so I've got one layer thicker. Basically, you just keep doing the same thing, building the layers up thicker, but what I'll do is I'll make this shorter each time. Alright, so we've got 2 steps now. So let's do that a couple more times. Shorter and shorter each time. Okay, so there we go. We got a nice wedge piece. Alright, so now we just consult everybody's best buddy here, the front leveling beam. So I'm just going to use my thumb. Alright, so I'm going to put the pressure where those steps are. And I just want to smooth out the transition of all those little steps. So I'm kind of rolling my thumb like this, alternating where the pressure is. There we go. So I got like a nice smooth transition. Gives me one of those little details. If I wanted to, I can make another one. Make a third one. Have it there. Something like that. That would be very similar to the original look. But I'm not going to do that. I like the nice smooth side. But I can definitely use this on another model sometime. So as simple as that. A few layers, a little bit of sanding. You get that nice smooth wedge there. Added piece of detail. If I wanted to make this thicker, I could just add that to another strip like so and just cut it away, make this part thicker. Alright, so back to the Miranda Hornet. Alright, so having that done, now I can start repainting my bottom hull here. Alright, so I want the greenish gray. Grayish green. I gotta stir that a little bit. Hey, I could use that other piece right there. Right, where did I put it? I'll have to find it. So yeah, there we go. I can cover this seam too with this piece. I can put it right like that. So I gotta trim this down to the opposite direction. Okay, we'll go a little bit more. Perfect. Okay, so here we are. I'm at this point now. Got that little piece on. I've got a lot of painting done. There's a few touch-ups to go here and there. Looks like I got a bit of a loose joint right there. Gonna have to fix that up. Not a huge deal. A little dab of glue in there. So I'm waiting for custom decals for this ship. One of my faithful, loyal viewers, Trenton, offered to get me custom decals set for it. So I graciously said thank you very much, and I took him up on the offer. And she's going to be called the USS Trenton, because why not? But the thing is, Canada Post is on strike right now, and I don't know how long it's going to take till I get those decals. So, couple little minor things to do on this. Little painting on the back of the shuttle bay landing pad here. Put some lines. Maybe I'll like paint this a lighter color so that I can add a decal name on there, depending on what comes with the set. A little bit of cleanup on my Arboretum windows, and I gotta put some batteries in the base, but other than that, this guy's done. Alright, so I'm gonna leave it as it is for now, and I'm gonna move on to my other projects. I got a bunch of things on the go, like this TOS era Galaxy class, which I've modified the Enterprise D, 2500 scale Enterprise D model. So I've been working on this during live streams every Friday night and every Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening. I join the Hobby Time Modelers, and we do group live streams where we're just a bunch of modelers working on stuff. And I've been working on this over the last couple of weeks. It's getting close to being done. Got my deflector there. So yeah, I've taken the 2500 scale Enterprise D and I modified it into a TOS ship. So if you want to check that out, check out HTM, Hobby Time Modelers. Subscribe to those guys, hit your notifications, and you'll know when we go live on Fridays and Sundays for the group streams. And you can see me working on these weird, interesting reimagines of classic designs. So with that being said, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Trek Mods, hit that bell so you don't miss my videos. I know it's been quite a while since I uploaded a video, so next one's going to be coming soon. Hopefully I get those decals soon. And until then, check me out on the live streams. And I do solo live streams, usually Saturday. So check that out. Watch my channel for those. And keep on trekking. Roll that beautiful Starship footage. And we'll get to the Miranda Hornet pretty soon.